gosh. Hey, gorgeous.
Okay, so now,
I'm so glad. Listen,
I've been typing in
trial
my
and
phone
error.
more.
Huh?
Let me turn my volume up.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I was typing. I'm
Hey,
here.
guys, everybody stay. Yeah, yes, everybody stay tuned because you're in for a treat. I love this lady dearly. She means a lot to me and my team. I'm so happy to have her on tonight. So please, guys, please stay tuned and please listen to Angela's heart as she just wings this and just shares her story with you guys. Okay, Angela, go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry for that. Y'all gotta love some technical difficulties, don't you? Um, so so my story starts like everybody else's. Actually, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. I got new prescriptions, so I have to put them back on and off. But my story starts like a lot of others, where I got to the point that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I'm going to start you from the beginning. I promise I won't talk for an hour, but I'll be glad to answer any questions if anybody does have them as I go. So in let's see, in 20 November, around November, early November 2017, I started feeling this pain in my legs. Make a long story short, for 6 months, I was misdiagnosed with sciatica in my legs. Um, Long story short, I went to doctor after doctor, many nights of pain. I limped for 6 months, and what they finally figured out was that I had arthritis in my right hip, and I was walking bone on bone. And that's why I was hurting. So I finally had to have a total hip replacement. And like a few weeks before my total hip replacement, a friend said, "Hey, I want you to look up this lady named Mitzi Baucom, because Mitzi has these products that help you with inflammation, which is contributed to some arthritis." So I stalked her. I didn't want to contact me. I didn't want to be bothered. I just quietly stalked her. I didn't like it. I didn't love anything. I didn't comment, but I did stalk her. And when she started putting those posts up about inflammation, I started taking her information and doing my own research with it. And I finally said, "I'm ready. You don't know who I am, Mitzi, but this is our common friend. Sign me up. I'm ready." So the doctors told me that I already had arthritis in the other hip. And so I was so desperate not to have another hip replacement. I mean, super desperate. If you've ever had any kind of joint replacement, you don't ever want to have another one. So anyway, so that was my reason in starting Plexus, was the inflammation in my body. Y'all, I had no idea I had arthritis in my body. None at all. I had no idea. So anyway, so I started Plexus to help with the inflammation. As a side effect of Plexus, my fibromyalgia pain went away. My irritable bowel syndrome went away. I was on Metamucil fiber for 22 years, and I cold turkey stopped that when I started Plexus. And that, I never touched Metamucil again. Y'all, I go 2 to 3 times a day. I'm just saying, that's, yay! If you suffered from IBS, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as a side effect, like I said, my fibromyalgia pain went away. My IBS pain went away. My energy level increased. I went back to the gym. I lost 24 pounds in 5 months. It wasn't a fast thing. I didn't want to eat the junk that I had been eating. I was craving healthy foods. I was feeling better. I was on top of the world. When I was on that elliptical in the gym and there's a mirror beside me, I expected to see that 25-year-old Angie in that mirror. That's how good I felt when I was 50. Okay. 50. Hey, I'm on top of the world. Yay, it's the best. I turned 50 on September the 10th. On September the 11th, I got news that I had stage 3 breast cancer and that it was in my lymph nodes. My world turned upside down, totally turned upside down. So to shorten this story, to make it work, when I started going to the doctors, to the oncologist, y'all, I was going from one doctor to another doctor to another doctor, and I was always saying, how can I have cancer? I feel the best I have felt since I was 25. What do you mean I've got cancer? So as I talked to the doctors, I said, I'm on all these supplements. I'm feeling great. These supplements have helped me so much. I didn't think I could go any lower. And the doctor said, you have to quit those products. And when those doctors said, you have to quit those products, I cried for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. So not only am I dealing with cancer, but they're taking away something that I was feeling so good about and feeling so good. So I was angry at my doctors, and I did not settle for you have to quit. I argued with them. I told them to send me doctors that would listen to me. They did. They sent me to an integrative treatment doctor. That integrative treatment doctor told me, you need probiotics. The best probiotic on the market. She said, no, we need you on my probiotics because I'm not sure what's in probiotics. So y'all, when you're diagnosed and you're told that you've got something in your body that's killing you, literally killing you, fear takes over. So I listened to that doctor and I took her probiotics. They made me go to the bathroom. They were $95 a month. They had to stay in the refrigerator, and I tried them for 1 month. And I said, okay, I do understand that that they are keeping me going to the bathroom, but I don't have peace of mind. I'm going back on my probiotics. You can either give me a doctor that's going to let me do these probiotics or you can't. So meanwhile, I'm doing my research. I'm talking to other Plexus ambassadors who also went through cancer treatments. So everybody's cancer is different. So I'm not telling you that what worked for me. I'm not giving you a one size fits all. Okay, but I talked to Jana Lee Hooten was the one. She is an ambassador, and I followed her because our stories are similar in our diagnosis, and her doctor and four. I had 4 other ambassadors, and all other they were diagnosed with the same thing that I was, and their doctors told them they could do. And 2 of them said, whatever you do, don't stop Plexus. So I'm in the turmoil of cancer. I'm in the turmoil of going through this arguments with my doctors, and I'm thinking, you know, I don't know where to turn. Anyway, so I said, okay, God, it's between me and you. This is it. I need you to give me peace of mind, because the one thing that my doctor told me, and it resonates now, is I can give you all the medicine in the world. I can give you top-notch doctors in the world, but what I can't give you is it. And research shows that a positive mindset is the #1 cure for cancer. My Plexus gave me a positive mindset. So after many prayers and many conversations, I decided to stay on the probiotics, and I decided to stay on the lean, which the doctors had approved a lean, but I had decided I was taking that in my hands only for the chemo. Now, if you keep hearing all the ambassadors say everybody's body is different, so what works for me is going to might not work for you, and so that's why you have to talk to your ambassadors. But what I also want you to know is that your body will change. So these products that worked for me during chemo, I changed during radiation, and I changed after radiation. But it was my upline that guided me on what my body needed based on what stage of cancer I was going through. So during chemo, my doctors and my nurses said, what are you doing for your blood work to look so good for a 50-year-old? And so at first I'm like, okay, well, 50's not old, number one. And number two, I'm doing Plexus. And so I told every chemo nurse, every doctor, every patient near me what I was doing. My blood work continued to stay stable and good throughout 5 months of chemo treatment. And I took the Red Devil chemo, and the Red Devil chemo is really, really rough. Really, really rough. I did get sick, and on days I couldn't eat, I could keep the lean down. So, y'all, just that mindset of I can have these vitamins and nutrients in my body, I control that. I can give that to myself and know that I have the best vitamin supplements out there. They're plant-based. They have all these ingredients that help absorb the vitamins into my system. I have that peace of mind. I gave that gift to myself because God gave me peace that it was okay to do that. So chemo came and went. Radiation came, and they said, you can start back on all your supplements. Oh my gosh, I was on top of the world. I breezed through radiation. I did have friends like Kim Edwards who had gone through radiation to help me through that. But the chemo guys, the chemo really did a number on my joints and my muscles and my the muscles had deteriorated from laying around and not feeling good and just being sick. I only lost 6 pounds during chemo. That's a celebration because as sick as I was, most people normally lose more weight. And so that's another victory to my lean shakes, is that they helped me keep my weight on. The doctors didn't want me to lose weight if I could help it during chemo. You need all that energy and all that all those vitamins and protein in your body to keep going. So then I go through radiation and we're breezed. And like I said, but after radiation, the chemo, I had to go back through more physical therapy. So protein again was important. The lean was important. And then I developed neuropathy in my hands and feet, late onset neuropathy. So I reached out to my upline. They said nerve and ease, enter into that. Try that. I tried it. I said, this isn't working. It's not working for me. I started doubting my products because I was hurting. But I didn't give up because I knew from experience that when you stick with Plexus, that if you contact your upline, they can help you figure out. So they told me to up my dose. I'm not kidding you, my neuropathy was gone in 3 days, like that. When I say gone, I mean with the nerve and the ease, but I had to get my dosage right. So what I can tell you through all this journey is that I feel like I'm myself again. Finally, I am like, but y'all, I'm telling you that if it weren't for my Plexus family, the love and support that they gave me, on nights I was like, oh, I'm so frustrated. And helping me say, stay in here, girl, you got this now, you got this. Sometimes we all just need to hear you got this. So if it weren't for my Plexus team and my belief in the products that kept me not giving up, I just really don't, I know that I wouldn't be doing today, I wouldn't be doing as well as I am. So I get every morning, I wake up, most of the time Dwayne has my Slim ready for me on the counter because, a lot of people say they can't function without coffee. Well, I'm like, I can't function without my Slim. So Dwayne will have my Slim mixed up for me in the mornings, and it takes away any headache, that fibromyalgia headache that I would have every morning. It's no longer there because the Slim takes that away. So it's been a journey, but I'm telling you that if you have been through any low point, because there were times that I thought, I can't do this. I just am too weak. I can't do this. But if you ever have any doubt whatsoever about your products, check your dosage, stay with your upline, communicate with them, and don't give up. Don't give up. If I would have given up, I really don't think I would be even walking right now because the neuropathy and the joints and the muscle pains were deteriorating, but the Plexus helped me get that back. So I'm telling you, I will never stop, ever. And I can tell you something else, and this is me, this is my opinion, this is not the opinion of anybody else or the opinion of Plexus. This is me, my personal experience in my Plexus. Mark my word, that if I go to another doctor and they tell me that my cancer is back, they will not take my Plexus away. They will not ever take my Plexus away from me again, because I know enough now to know not to let fear win and to stay with my products. And again, that's my personal, I'm not telling you to do that for yourself. I'm just saying that for me, that's how strongly I believe in them now. And I think God put me through that experience so that I could share my story and let others know, hey, you have a choice. Weigh your options, think about it, do your research, and you have a choice. And I think that's it, unless you can think of something else, Mitzi, I might have left off. Oh,
That
can I
was
just say,
wonderful. And I just, yes, yes.
and there's one other thing, and that's about the financial part of play. I'll talk along about that, but so, they say cancer can't take a lot away from you if you don't let it. So one of the things that at first I felt cancer took from me was my career. I spent 28 years dedicating, I'm sorry, I spent 28 years dedicating my life to a profession of education. I got my master's, all the certifications I could get. I got nationally board certified because I wanted to be the best educator I could be. That was my calling. And so I had to retire because of cancer. I had to retire. But Plexus, so when you retire, I'm sure if those of you that have had to retire, when you retire, your retirement check's not nearly what you make when you're working. So I was like, how am I gonna make ends meet? I mean, how are Dwayne and I gonna make ends meet? Because now I have half of my income coming into the house because I had to retire. Y'all, I am now making more than half of that income that I was missing by retiring. I'm making that now with Plexus. God always provides a way. God always provides a way. I didn't join
Yes,
Plexus
she does.
business. I joined Plexus to feel better because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. But God provided the financial end when I wasn't looking for it. It just fell into my lap. People said, hey, I see you're feeling good. I want what you want. How can I help? How can I join you? And I was like, well, let me help you. And my team took off. And it wasn't even anything I planned to do. I told Mitzi when I signed up, I'm not working the business. Hear that? I'm not working the business.
That's exactly right. She sure did.
So anyway, I did want to say that people, you don't sell Plexus, you share your story, and Plexus sells itself. I mean,
That's exactly right.
is.
That's exactly right. Because when I said the same thing, Angela, when I started, I told the girl who I signed up under, and she didn't stay with the Plexus, and she moved away or whatever, and I just was kind of winged it on my own. I really didn't have an upline, I didn't have a sponsor or anything, so I just fell in love with these products. I couldn't keep my mouth shut, and it just happened. And I'm not a salesperson, and I tell people now I'm still not a salesperson. I just love people, and when you find something that works for you, you can't keep it to yourself. I mean, when you got a big heart and you're just that kind of person, and you can't. How can anybody keep that to themselves? If you found the fountain of youth, would you keep that to yourself? No, you're going to share it. If you found the cure to cancer, would you keep that to yourself? No, you tell people you love. It just comes natural. And so, Angela, I love your story. I've always loved your story. I love the fact that Dwayne and you reached out to me and to let me help you. And I'm glad I was able to share with you. I'm glad you were willing and able to listen to my story so that you could start your own journey. I knew in my heart that the products would help you. I knew the triplex was going to be something that would make a difference with your sickness, all the health issues that you had. And I'm just so thankful that God has brought you this far. You are such an amazing, amazing asset on our team. We love you to pieces. I don't think there's nothing that our team wouldn't do for you. I love the culture in Plexus. I love the relationships most of all. It's so much more. If I could just shake somebody sometime and say, look, it's not all about the weight loss. It's so much more than that. It's more than products and paychecks. I mean, the icing on the cake is just being blessed, financially to be able to take the products. And, if you really want to do this and you just share from your heart and share with other people, you can actually make an extra income. But you're fixing to rank up, girl. I feel in my heart that this is going to be a really huge month for you. Your team is really huge. And we just got to get people to understand how important and how vital gut health is, and decreasing the inflammation in their body and getting their blood glucose levels at healthy levels. And it's everything. That's the key factor right there in all your health issues, is those three things. And we have the products. We have an amazing product line that's for everything, for everybody in the family. But I just wanted to thank you again for sharing your heart with us. Do you want to say anything else before we go?
Yeah, I always, as I'm sharing my story, I always leave out this important, gigantic fact is that cancer cannot live in a high alkalinity environment. It can't. And my doctors tell me I had cancer for a while. Was a slow growing cancer. So Plexus is probably slowed it down. But I always forget that because of that, why would I ever stop? I mean, I already am at a high risk. I already have had cancer in my body. So why would I ever stop because of the products like BioCleanse that oxygenates the blood and makes that environment in our body and our gut health, with our gut health, has the high alkalinity levels in our guts. Why would I ever stop? And I always leave that out when I'm talking about my story, is that that's another reason I'll never stop.
I had somebody ask me one day, how long do you plan on taking Plexus? Well, forever. It's not a diet pill. It's nothing like anything like that. It's just like, would you stop brushing your teeth? If I stop brushing my teeth, guess what? My teeth's gonna rot out. But with Plexus, you're putting in your body something that's gonna keep your gut healthy. It's going to keep you healthy. Why would I ever stop something that that's taken away all of these health issues I've had since I was 34 years? Why would I do that? So I'll be on these products the rest of my life. Now the triplex, every day for the rest of my life. All these other products that we have that's so amazing, that's just changed my life, it's kind of taken my health to a whole new level. I wouldn't want to go without them either, but my triplex is the main thing. And that BioCleanse, some people think it's a cleanse. It's not like that. It's just a daily gentle cleanser that keeps, like Angela just said, it keeps your body oxygenated so that cancer and other disease and pathogens can't live there. It can't thrive in that. Just like a fish can't live out of water, well, cancer and disease can't live in a alkaline body, oxygenated body. So that's why our products are so effective. It's like preventive. We don't promise to cure or treat anything, but if you get to the root of your problem, you can live a lot healthier and more just a better quality of life all around. So we're going to cut this short. We didn't want to keep everybody too long, but Angela, I love you to pieces. I'm here if you need me, holler. You got my number. You and Dwayne have a wonderful weekend. I know you got a busy weekend ahead, but we'll be talking to you soon. Y'all have a good night, and I love you.
Thank
Love
you.
you,
Love
everybody. Talk to us